There we go. Oh, this is going to be fun to try and figure out. Top chat, this chat, that chat, chat. If anyone can see me live, if you could put something in the chat. There we go. Yay, there's people. Hello. Awesome. Hello, Yasmina. Oh, this is fab. I think the first thing I need to do is move that chat window over here. There we go. Hello, Addison. Hello, Miss Rooney. Aw. Hearts right back to you guys. I figured this would be fun because you guys would be able to keep me company while I'm working. Hello, Victoria. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. Right. Just please bear with me because I'm not just a streamer, I'm a writer. So this isn't what I do normally. So I'm trying to figure out how all of it works. So if I accidentally cut you guys off, apologies. If I do that, then the stream. Oh, I need my chat. So I can pin this on top. No. That's fine. There we go. I can just do it like that. Awesome. I feel like I should have... Did I put on an AI voice? No, this is me. I'm just really hoarse today. A little bit of a sore throat, but no, that's just me. And thank you, Yasmina. It's yeah, I wanted to make it look soft, so that's all right. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it. I'll have a drink of water. Maybe my voice will be a little bit better. So I am supposed to be working while I'm doing this as well. I'm working on the thumbnail and credits for a new film fest story that you guys are going to love. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow by an author called Little Flumes, and she's lovely and she does not get enough attention. I have an echo. Right. See? This is why I need you guys. 1 second. Let me see. I figured out why. I just have to fix it. Right. Is that better? Hello, Anna. Hello from Italy. Hello, Silver. Right, did I fix the feedback? Anyone? I suppose I should keep talking until you guys tell me. Is there still double audio? Aw, thank you, Silver. Much appreciated. But is the audio okay? Is there still echo? No, the audio is still there. Okay. I've got this. Maybe. Just. Hang on. Okay. What about now? Is it better now? Yes. Okay. So, still some feedback. Thank you. You guys are so encouraging. Oh, I love it. Right, let's try. Is that a little bit better? I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort my sound out. I really am. I think it's not better. Right. So what if I do, how about now? Is that better? Can you still hear me? Is that okay? Is it better? Do I still sound like a robot? There we go. Excellent. Fantastic. See, I told you I'm not a tech person, and I seem to have... Abby! Nice to see you. Yeah, I seem to, in my enthusiasm for getting the stream set up on OBS, seem to have like imported 3 different microphones. So, it did work. Excellent. Echo's gone. Right. So, yes, what I'm working on right now is really amazing. It's a canon story set in late 2023 by an author called Little Flumes. And so this is someone for the Film Fest stuff that you guys haven't seen. But I got distracted from that because I was working on the Manila story, which I'm still working on, I know. You'll have your next episode next week. But yeah, it's this story, you guys are going to love it. It's, I think, 7 episodes long, but shorter episodes. And hello, Suparna and Vicky. Oh, so nice to see everyone here, making me feel very loved. But yeah, you guys are gonna love this story, and Kay is a wonderful, wonderful author, and I'm really so grateful to all the writers that are letting me share their stories, because I know you guys loved the enlistment story by Seaside SF. So yes. Hello from Italy. Buongiorno. Where are you guys? Hello, Annette. Where are you guys in Dev? Where are you guys all in the world right now? I mean, I'm in the UK. Okay, first off, I think I'm really kind of flattered that you skipped out on class in order to like watch me. But there's going to be loads of these. So I've got it all set up so that I can turn my camera on regularly. Oh, Samina, you're so sweet. So that I can talk to you guys more often, because so far it's been kind of stuff on Zoom, and there are still going to be meetups on Patreon, on Zoom, or I think we've been using Google Meets, and those are where everyone can put their cameras on, and actually interact with each other. Those are paid Patreon only for privacy and safety reasons. So $1 a month, and you can join the meetup, so you can talk not just to me, but to like the other Patreons and stuff as well. We have a great time with that. But I will be here. I will be here on YouTube more often. Where in Asia, Dev? Netherlands? Germany? Aw. So what I'm telling you, Mushroom, is to like pay attention in class, because you'll get to see me again. It'll all be cool. Poland. Oh, I love Polish food. Polish food's really good. Silver. Yes, Silver's in the US. Thank you for coming on to help with the stream, Silver. Canada. UK. Victoria, where are you in the UK? Have I asked you this already? India. Ah, the typewriter. The typewriter. Typewriter. Do I have? And there go all my books. The typewriter is available actually in paperback. So you can, if you go to Donnie's website, you can buy her books in paperback. And she'd love the support. She's fantastic. And Dawn and I are old friends. So any support you throw towards Humble Start is amazing. Greece, Yasmina. Spain, yeah. So yes, I'm hoping eventually I'll get all my books in paperback. I mean, obviously the stories are as they were put up on Amazon originally, and I'm working on getting all the fan versions up on Amazon. So the ones with actually Jimin and Jungkook and etc. as character names instead. But it's slow going, and I prefer writing you guys new stuff rather than going back and editing the old stuff. So it's more fun that way. Yes. Right. Anyways, my stuff back there. Donnie's one of my favorite. Donnie's just one of my favorite people. Like, I love her. Absolutely love her to bits. Yasmina, what is the MA? I don't understand that. Oh, the gist of the story. What, on the typewriter? Yeah, Little Flume is coming next. Little Flume's coming next on the Fic Fest or the Film Fest stuff. I will. Oh, I can't wait to tell her. I'll message her. I'll message her, text her after this, and tell her all about it. That you guys love her, because she needs love. The Typewriter is about Jimin finding an old typewriter in an antique store, and of course it's a magical typewriter, and it has the power that what you type brings it to life. So chapter 1, I've got chapter 1 up on my channel, and then Dawn has all of the chapters of it up on her channel, or if you go to her website, Humble Heart, is it Humble Heart Libraries? If one of you know. Yeah, I'm screenshotting this. So I can show her. You guys love her, because she needs to know she's loved. Yeah, but the typewriter is really good. Dawn's really good at like taking you on a journey and getting you so invested, and you end up like on the edge of your seat going, oh my gosh, this could go horribly wrong, and could have you in tears. And then she does manage to bring you back. And she does love a happy ending, but boy, she will wreck you along the journey. Absolutely wreck you. Hello, TJMJK. Nice to see you. I think the book is available on her website. I'll have to check. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm happy to talk about Dawn. One of my besties. She really is. So for those of you who don't know, here's a story for you. Dawn took me to my first ever BTS concert. So we were good friends on Twitter. We'd never met before in real life. But basically, she said, if you buy the plane ticket, I'll buy the tickets. And she took me to my first ever BTS concert in Chicago. So, yeah, it was fabulous. She's a wonderful person. My bias in BTS depends on what time of day it is. I think I go through all 7 very quickly. Obviously, my heart is with Jimin and Jungkook, with Jikook. But catch me at any different point, having seen or watched something. Hobie at the moment, oh my gosh, the new J-Hope song has been stuck in my head all morning. It's been stuck in my head all day here. Love it. Aw, Addison, thank you. Addison's stories are amazing. If you haven't subscribed to Addison's channel, go. It's Addison Eden, and Addison's got a series called Familiar Pleasures. It's Baker, Jungkook, and Cat Shifter, Jimin, and it's full of magic and fantasy and naughty bits. That I think, Addison, correct me if I'm wrong, I think some of the bits are actually only on Patreon because they're too much for YouTube. Addison, if you're still there, put your Patreon in the chat so people can find your stuff or your channel. Yeah. I haven't heard Mona Lisa yet. I saw it come up, but I was running this morning and I didn't get a chance to watch it. I've got a couple of songs queued up for later tonight. It's been a really, really long week. I've got this class I have to attend with my son because my son's 13 but is now taking a college class on Monday nights. That's a thing. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, I'm doing all these extra YouTube things, these boot camps and seminars and all this, and it's a privilege to have been invited to all of it, but by God, if they could give me some time off to like just make content, that'd be fab. So tonight I'm going to have a really nice dinner and a glass of wine, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to get caught up on Hobie stuff. Onewee, if you've never heard Onewee has a new single out. I love them. Sulgi's got a single out, and I am quite sure that I'm going to need a glass of wine and a lie down after that video, because Sulgi from Red Velvet she's fabulous. Who else? There's someone else. Alexa has something new. Yeah, so I've got all sorts of stuff. Right. How am I these days? I'm busy. Thank you, Yasmina. I'm tired, but I'm actually really good. I'm healthy again after that horrible chest infection that wrecked me at the start of the year. I'm really enjoying writing Manila. I should tell everyone. Am I allowed to tell everyone who commissioned this story? I suppose I am, because it's on the video anyways. Jungkook Jimin Loves You is the person who commissioned Manila and has the patience of a saint, because she's been waiting since last September, I think, for the story. So if you're enjoying Manila, make sure you say thank you to Jungkook Jimin Loves You. Am I going to attend? No, I'm not attending any. I'm in the UK and I've given myself to you guys full time, which means everything's okay, but I don't have the money to go to concerts at the moment. But I'm loving my life. I am absolutely loving my life. Yeah, I think Addison was in the chat earlier. Addison, yeah. Aw, you guys are showing Addison some love. Hello, Lukaki. Nice to see you. Yeah, I know. And then we've got potentially an OT7 reunion this year and a concert tour after that. And yeah, I need to keep saving. But no, should I tell you guys now? I've told the Patreons. If you're not a member of the Patreon, in the community chat there, they do get updates that you guys don't, because posting on YouTube as community posts sometimes doesn't get a lot of attention anyways. I am going back to Malta later this year, and I am so excited because I haven't been anywhere out of the country since before COVID. And I'm going back to Malta, and I will probably be putting together a jewelry order again. So if you like any of the jewelry from the Bon Voyage 3 series, so like Tay's beautiful flower earrings, or well, I always wear my Maltese cross pendant, or Namjoon's dragonfly, which is stunning. I'm going to be there, so we'll set something up so you guys can PayPal me money and I can buy the pieces at Dowlings and send them off to you. I did an order last summer, I think it was. And it went really well. But I've worked with Dirk to do postal orders and stuff before at Dowlings. So yeah, we'll look at doing that later. But I'm really excited to go to Malta, and I'll be able to share all these fab places with you, which is going to be amazing. Right, gosh, you guys, there's so much. I wasn't expecting anyone to turn in, and all of a sudden the chat is full, and I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Right, some stories on AO3 by one author. Who are you talking about, Abby? It was an adventure reading something other than... Oh, bless, you're so used to me. Oh, Savannah Song. I love Savannah Song. It's such a... I loved writing in that world. I really did. But then I love setting stories places where I want to be, where I want to be traveling, if that makes sense. Yeah, the dragonfly is stunning. All the wire work stuff, like Tay's earrings and the dragonfly and everything, are all handmade. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I am very, very, very excited about Malta. Very. Because in the... Oh, Victoria. Oh. Yeah. No, Victoria, tell them to get over it. You can listen. If they can listen to what they want, you can listen to what you want. I'm really, really lucky in that I have a full army family. My hubby's bias is Sokjin. He is also a very, very firm G-cooker. My child is soap biased. Basically, we're all rap-line biased. Yeah. So no, I don't. I'm. But seriously, try and you can be your own person, Victoria. Don't let your kids dictate. Tell them if you can't listen to what you want to listen to, then they're not allowed to listen to what they want to, and you'll have to settle on something that offends everyone equally. Like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know Caramel Sugar. I don't get a chance. When I read these days, I don't read G-Kook Fix anymore because I don't want to accidentally pick up ideas from other stories. I read other books. I've been reading a lot of Japanese stuff lately. My husband thinks G-Kook is very, very, very real. Very real. But yeah. No, I won't say more at this point, but yes, we're a G-Kook is real household all the way around, which is fabulous. Oh, right, I don't know if Addison is still here. I don't know who else is still here. Goodness, I literally thought I'll try and turn this on because I need to figure out how to use the technology. And no one's going to turn up, so I'll just turn it live and I'll do a bit of work. But you guys have all turned up and you're making me feel very loved. But I do want to assure you that this isn't a one-time thing. Now that I know how to work all of it without the 3 microphones I accidentally had switched on, then we can do this far more often, which is good. It's nice. Like I said, I'm supposed to be working on this thumbnail and the opening credits. But I don't want to do too much work on videos because I'll probably get pulled up for copyright the music or something. Are you guys all having a good day? It's Friday. Not that that means something to some people because a lot of people have to work through the weekend. But does anyone have any good plans? Plans for the weekend? I'm doing nothing tomorrow. I'm going to go for a walk and maybe play some video games, and that's kind of about it. Oop. Naughty Addison's supposed to be working. Aw, lovely CJ. Such a sweetheart. Anyone else doing something for the weekend? Oh, Valerie. Well, it's nice to see you, Valerie. It's cool because I'm seeing this. I can actually see the people who are channel members as well because your names are all in bright colors. I think that's why that is. And you should be able to use... Yeah, we can use the custom emojis. Yay! That's cool. Sorry, I'm learning this as we go along as well. It is White Day. It is White Day, so we know we know where GQ will be, and they'll be together. Right. Yeah, I forgot about that, Silver. I've kind of like, I thought you were going to New York for some reason, but New York is at the moment, isn't it? Aw, say hello to Chicago for me. Aren't you going with someone else from the Patreon? Am I right in thinking you guys are meeting up? Hi, Tickle. Aw, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to say hello. I don't know that we'll get a GQ Salka. It'd be amazing. It would melt the internet if we did today. Happy White Day to everyone. Well, we know they were together last year, White Day. And the year before too, I think. I'm so grateful they're together and that they're like getting to support each other during enlistment, because obviously it's such a really, really difficult time. It's nice to know they're together. The nose incident. It is just one of those things. I think anyone who looks at the interaction between Jimin and Jungkook can see, anyone who's actually ever been properly in love in a deeply committed relationship can look at the way those two act and look at each other and can see, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. It would melt. The internet would just go into meltdown. It would just. But then they've been known to do that before, knowing perfectly well what was going to happen. I mean, what on Weverse the other day, with Jungkook and Jimin replying and him going, "Don't respond when you write, or don't leave comments when you're standing right next to me." Aw, thank you, Lukaki. Where are you on Addison? Lukaki, where are you in the world right now? We were asking earlier, but I don't think you responded. I'm just trying to check in and see where everyone is. I'm in the UK. I live by a city called Chester in the UK, which is so beautiful. It's really, really pretty. Lots of black and white timbered buildings, and it still has city walls around most of it. It was actually the most important city in Britain when the Romans were here. So it still has, there's like a Roman amphitheater and garden and everything. It's still really pretty. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to come to the UK, come to Chester. Come to Chester. We'll all meet up. It'd be fabulous. I'd love to be able to be like actually see you guys and talk to you. But I think this is why the Zoom meetings when we do them on Patreon are fun, because I can actually see people and see who I'm talking to. Hello, Jane. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to like spend it the way they would have previously, but it's nice to know. Like birthdays, when it was Jimin's birthday, and all of a sudden, purely by coincidence, the camp was serving seaweed soup. Go figure. Coincidence. Right. Yeah, it would. We really are spread way out around the world. Anyone want to take a guess? Because I love this figure. This is like my favorite stat. how many countries around the world my videos have views in. So how many countries? And I'm gonna have to check because I wrote it down the last time I did it. It's crazy. It's crazy huge. I'll tell you how many countries there are. I keep track of this. Lots of post notes. I keep track of this. More than 69. So Addison, you did that on purpose, didn't you? Addison writes incredibly naughty stuff. I know that's why that number is there. I know you. Right. There are 249 countries in total. More than 100, Victoria. $138. I have had views in 138 countries. So more than 50% of the countries, which is amazing. I should probably post a list of the ones that I haven't had views. So I can be like, okay guys, if anyone is going to go on holiday to Samoa, I could use views in Samoa. That would be awesome. Or South Georgia, or where else? Libya, Liechtenstein. Do we have anyone close to Liechtenstein? Can you like go across the border? Yeah, 138, Valerie. Yes, I have had views from Korea. Korea is actually one of my top. It's usually in the top 5 for views. Number 1 is for long form videos is the USA, and number 1 for short form videos is India. But yeah, Japan is up there. Japan is. I'll have to have a look at what my top 5 are. 138 is too tight. Only you. I need to get Ninjava on. Is Ivory Coast? Yes. Is that where you are? Mishumi? I think so. Ivory Coast. Let's see. Oh, it's because it's not under Ivory Coast. It's under Côte d'Ivoire. Yes, Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire. Yes, it is. So, yeah. But I do keep track. This is like when I'm feeling down and I need a little pick-me-up. I'll go to Google and do the analytics thing and download and see if I've gotten a new country. But I haven't in a while, but then we're talking about, hello Mom. We're talking about like some of the countries that are on here, like South Sudan. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get any views from. I've gotten views from China, which is amazing because I thought that YouTube was banned in China. But you know what? I had someone who was really upset about Manila, the story, saying that I should take it down because it's about a painful time in their life. And they thought I shouldn't have written it because they didn't want to take the risk that Jimin and Jungkook would have seen the story. I think it's pretty low chance that Jungkook will ever see any of my videos. But I'm proud of what I write, and I think I write really, really respectful stories. So I'm not going to like change my writing. I think my canon stories were always started because I felt like there were things that were going on in the background, and when something would happen, especially we're talking about like 2018, 2019 and the fandom, and something would happen and Jungkook would be like, oh my god, they've broken up. And it's like, no, that's not what that means. There could be loads and loads of other things going on in the background that we don't know. So I just started writing these stories as, well, think about it this way. This might be happening or that might be happening. And they've kind of snowballed into the stuff that you guys see today. And I think Manila is just part of that. It was an emotional time, but it wasn't any more emotional or less emotional than the rainy day fight. And I wrote about that. But yeah, Manila is one of those things. What's my good name, dear? What do you mean, Mom? My good name. Is CJ not good name? CJ is actually what I go by the way. It's not just for... The moon bit is made up. I'll admit to that. But the CJ bit is actually just me. Hello, Connie. That's a name I haven't seen in the chat yet. They do seem to know about... I feel like I'd be flattered to no end if I knew that they had actually written. No, the only other ship I've ever written is Namjoon, and I don't write them in an intimate way the way I would Jikook, because I don't think Namjoon are a real couple at all. I certainly could never write Jimin or Jungkook with anyone else, because that would just feel really wrong to me. But I do have a soft spot for the relationship that Namjoon and Seokjin have, because with Seokjin being the young and Namjoon being the leader, so they kind of both have important burdens they carry to like lead and support the group. And the way they support each other, I think, is fantastic. Hello, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Yeah, thank you. I do think, I don't understand people who write stories that they call Jikook stories, but basically the characters bear no resemblance to who they are at all. Like, YouTube thinks it's being helpful sometimes because it has this it's a feature that's like inspiration for new ideas, and it'll show me what other Jikook fanfic channels are doing, and I'm like, I don't want any part of cold, angry mafia husband professor blah blah blah. And it's just like, those are stories, but in my mind those aren't Jikook stories, because just writing any character and slapping Jimin or Jungkook on the name of the character doesn't make it right, doesn't make it special. And they might be fine stories, but they're not, in my mind, they're not actual Jikook stories. What else? Yeah, I love Namjoon. I have such sexy brain. Sexy brain. The meaning of, is it? Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Mom. That is so lovely. And to be honest, the meaning, I'm not going to tell you my Christian first name. I say Christian real first name. But Mom, it actually also means moon. So let's see who's a detective and who can come up with it. But it does actually mean moon, which is where I get the moon part of CJ Moon. Thank you, Abby. Yeah, it's funny. The story about how I got involved in writing Jikook. So I had written fiction before, and I was part of the fandom, and there was this whole, obviously, fanfic thing going on, and I didn't know really what it was in regards to BTS or anything like that. And people were talking in Twitter, because Twitter was the thing back then, about what stories they were reading and everything. And I started looking at some of them and like, okay, I can do better than that. I know I can do better than that. I'm going to write one. I'll never read any of these stories. I'll just try and write one instead. Well, the first story I ever wrote has actually evolved into, through a couple of revision times where I went through revisions, into what is now Teach Me. And it's hands down my most popular story on the channel, as far as views go. Despite the fact that when I actually posted it, I mean, remember here, I'm an absolute failure of a fanfic writer, according to the AO3 writing community. So it got nowhere. But so I wrote it, and of course, quickly ate my words about not reading other fiction stories, GQ fictions, because then I became obsessed and I read them. I still love reading them. I'm just more careful about reading them because I want to make sure that the ideas and the inspiration I get is not coming from other GQ stories. I don't want to accidentally copy someone's stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah. So all the tea. I've got a lot of tea. I've been in this fandom for a long time. I have so much tea. I have so much tea. See, I love writing canon, but the reason I don't do it more is I take it very seriously. And it's one of the reasons that writing Manila, despite the fact that Yasmina commissioned it back in last year, end of last year, is because if I write it, I want it to be accurate. I want to research not just the event itself. I want to know what was going on, what's the situation around it, what challenges were the whole group dealing with at that point. Because I want to try and write a version of the events as accurately as possible, if that makes sense. Clearly, it's all fiction, and we have no idea what's happening with these people behind the scenes. We love them, but we don't know them, and we have no idea what really happened. But I want my imagined version of it to be as accurate within the context as possible. Yeah, Tickle, you know what? You're not the only one who's asking for part 2 of Teach Me. As part 2 of Teach Me, people want to know what happened the next morning. Yeah, the teenage Wattpad. I tried Wattpad too. I was a failure there as well. You guys are my tribe. It took me years of writing to find my tribe, but you guys are it, my sweet sons to my moon. You are like the reason I get up in the morning. I mean, literally, like, I am so excited and so privileged that I get to write for you as my job. It's worth it. It's worth all the sacrifices to be able to do this and to be with you guys. So yes, part 2, more and more. Victoria, did you tell me what part of the UK you're in? I don't remember. I would love to at least have a UK meetup. Gigi's in the UK. Rose is in the UK. I'm sure there's others as well. Try and find something. Lace me up. See? You know what? Julia, you're in the UK too. I'm in the UK. Oh. You've been army since 2013. Oh my goodness. Bow down. Respect. I didn't know about them in 2013. Norfolk. Okay. Yeah, you're East Coast. We'll have to find something in the center of the country. I don't know. What's in the center of the country? Like Nottingham or something. We'll all go meet up. Blossom. One of the biggest compliments I've ever had is people from Kenya telling me that they love my story, that they love Savannah Song. Julia said, well, Coventry's in the middle. We'll all go see Julia in Coventry. There we go. I actually had people. I've been to Kenya. I've been to Kenya twice. So I did write from personal experience. But to have someone who actually lives in Kenya tell me that they were happy with how I portrayed their country and their people, that was amazing. Yeah, you did. I remember that, Abby. I definitely remember that. You and your invisibility cloak following them around the camp. Your comments definitely made me smile. I don't respond to as many comments as I'd like to, but I do read them all. I promise you I read them all. Oh, that's what I was going to say, Tickle. Lace Me Up. If you guys haven't read Lace Me Up, last year Valentine's Day, Lace Me Up and Tie Me Down were released at the same time, and every single person, I think, who went into it was thinking that Tie Me Down was going to be the naughty one, and you are wrong. In my mind, Lace Me Up is far more naughty. Don't tell YouTube. Don't tell YouTube. They're really, really good. I haven't done kind of a erotic one shot like that in a while. But I have a list. I have a massive list of, like, I keep lists, I keep tasks and inspiration requests. Fishing for Love Part 2. That's something else people, but he is a keeper Part 2. People have been asking for. And then there's some on here that I go, well, I don't even know what that means. Oh, different jewelry. People want something about different jewelry that G Cuckoo shared besides just rings. Yeah. I listen to you. I write it all down. And then I just pray that one day I'll get one of those time turners from Harry Potter and I can, like, just do 3 days in a day so I have enough time to do everything. I'm trying to come up with a plan for how to move forward with the channel so that I can... Hello, Denise. Chef's kiss. Oh, fantastic. I have to find... Honestly speaking here, I have to find a way to make more money off this somehow, because YouTube ad revenue is abysmal. So I have to find a way to get my views out there to more people. I'm going to be restructuring the channel memberships and the Patreon tiers, because in my stuff with YouTube, I've had some great ideas on things I can give you guys as perks without paywalling any of the content, because you know I don't want to paywall any content. But I do have to find a way. The concert tour is coming, and I need to make sure that I can afford both groceries and concert tickets. Hopefully. But yeah, YouTube ad revenue is horrible, and they take 30% of everything. But we'll get there. I'm still would make all the sacrifices to be able to do this without having any other jobs for as long as possible, because it's the dream, isn't it? It's like I get to wallow in G-Kook all day for my job. Like, how would I ever complain? So, Fishing for Love. I love Fishing for Love. And I do want to go back to it. But the place where it's set, which is here in the UK, is very, very near and dear to my heart. And it's kind of my safe place where I love to go out and go writing. CJ, is there any way to see before reading each episode to know which ones? Yeah, I probably should go and put peppers so that you guys can see which ones are the spicy ones. I have done it on some of them and not on others. I think I need to go through all my stories. I was actually thinking about making a video of what I personally think are my top spiciest stories. Lace Me Up, Tie Me Down, double exposure. Some of the stuff in the Alpha's Hope and the Alpha's Salvation, I think, would be very, very spicy. What else? What do you guys think? What do you think of the spiciest ones are? Am I missing some? I'm sure I'm missing something because I know I've written more than that. Don't Toy With My Heart. Oh, yeah. And First Snow. Both of those were commissions as well. The first person. You know what? I have people who feel very, very strongly about that. The Where the Wild Roses Bloom. Or Where the Wild Roses bloom, grow and bloom. Where the wild roses bloom and grow. Abby knows which chapter it is. Yes, 16. There you go. Yes and no. I don't think that with Wild Roses, the first person story, it really wasn't popular on YouTube. It's very different, and there's this female protagonist instead of just the characters as they usually are. And as much as I like it, I have to be careful. That's one of the downsides of this being a job, is that I'm focusing the time that I have to things that are going to be popular enough to get lots of views. Does that make sense? So in some ways it's kind of like, ooh, when your favorite TV show is cancelled. However, would it help soften the blow if I told you there's kind of a spin-off of it coming? Set in that same universe, but it's GQ. And it starts on a cliffhanger that you guys will love. Okay, so you liked Wild Roses too, Valerie. Okay. Maybe I am gonna have to go back to it then. I thought it wasn't particularly popular. I'll go look at the numbers and see how many views it has. Manila comes first. Manila is definitely first because it's Manila, and there's only one episode and possibly a second, depending on how much I get in the next episode. It was only supposed to be 5 episodes, but we'll see. I might end up doing a 6th, depending on how much I get into episode 5. You like Silver Likes Wild Roses too? Okay. Another quiz. Yes, there is a Jungkook quiz up on my other channel, which is still really small. It only has 380 subscribers at the moment. Yeah. I know, Valerie. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at that. Sometimes I take on more than I should. Problem is, the voting was like, it actually was kind of all over the place. It was more even than I expected it to be. I'll have to go and have a look. I'll go and have a look at the voting. Okay. I'll go back to Wild Roses. You guys win. I'll go back to Wild Roses. Not straight away. But see, I'm going to have to... You guys, you say Wild Roses, but you don't know what else I've got going on at the moment. So, Wild Roses or Angel and Vampire, Jungkook, set in Paris. No one's saying anything. Wild Roses. Ooh, okay. Aw, thank you. Yeah, my TikToks. I'm talking the tick. I'm cool these days. Not really. I have, I think, 35 followers on TikTok. But yeah, I've got Angel and Vampire G Kook in Paris. I've got the G Kook version of Wild Roses. Wild Roses. Everyone's Wild Roses. All right, you in? I work for you guys. You want Wild Roses? I'll go back to Wild Roses. And I know there's at least one person in my Patreon who's going to be incredibly happy to hear that, because she asks me about it all the time. I've gotten so many messages from her. So many messages. Don't forget, you can join the Patreon for free. Membership, if you want into the community chat and stuff, membership is $1 a month. But to just get access to like all the written stories and stuff is free on Patreon. So you can come join the Patreon. Wild Roses. I didn't know that you guys liked it that much. Honestly, where? Okay, right. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Search across my channel. Wild Roses. Oh, and I didn't call it that, did I? What did I call it? This thing with YouTube is you're not supposed to put the title of your story or whatever in the title name, and then when you go to search for it, it's all a mess. Wild Roses Bloom. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah. It's absolutely tiny, guys. None of the episodes. Episode 1 got 1,600 views. And then episode 2 got 700. It's 700 views compared to Manila. Episode 1 of Manila has almost 4,000. Tossing out all the face. Yeah. Yeah, Jane, that's Wild Roses. Yeah, see, it's really hard. I don't want to just write what's popular. I want to write what you guys like. But I also need to eat. I also need to keep the electricity on. And I was hoping that Wild Roses, because it was slightly different, was going to be a lot bigger than it is. It is a hidden gem. I think so. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Jane, the idea was that it was going to pick, I was going to write all of them. I was going to write all 6 because GQ have to come together, of course. But I was going to write all 6 endings. And yeah. I'd find a way to make it happen. I need more coffee. I just need to like stay awake longer and write more. Maybe what I'll do, how about this as a compromise? Maybe what I'll do is, because making the video takes a long time, what if I write it and put it as a written chapters on my Patreon for Wild Roses instead of making videos? Would that be okay? Oh, goodness. No, it's starting at chapter 9. Lukaku. Yeah, that wouldn't. You'd be really confused. Really confused at that point. I'm glad you went back to episode 1, though. Is there one around the 8th of November? Well, I've got only facts videos around it, but I don't actually have a video or a story type of thing. Do I? Did I write a story about it? I don't remember. Written chapters is perfect. Okay, right. Written chapters is perfect. That's cool. Okay, we can do that. Because then I can write and I don't have to worry about taking, because those videos, I mean, God, I think back to the times when I was doing the old style ones where every scene changed. And some of those videos could literally take me 4 or 5 days, like really long days, in order to get that video together. Using a static background cuts it down to, for an hour-long video, about a day, probably about 8 hours sometimes to do, if I have to do new credits or the thumbnails or whatever, might go into the second day. 8 to 10 hours, I'd say. So if I could just do the writing and then put the chapters up on Patreon and you guys are happy with that, then that's fantastic. Yeah, Namjoon, I have to say, thank you, Victoria. I'm not going to do commissions at the moment because I don't want to overcommit. And my Patreons know this because I've talked about it in the community chat there. I feel really bad that I took sponsorships for Autumn Leaves Part 2 and have offered everyone who's sponsored a refund because I'm not going to get to Autumn Leaves Part 2 anytime soon. I've got other stuff going on with Manila and now clearly Wild Roses. Commissions are a lot of pressure, and I'm not, in the meantime, I'm not going to do them. If you want to support me and you want a voice on where my writing is going and what we're going to see next, then instead of buying a commission, join the Patreon. Join the Patreon, be part of the community chat. It's $1 a month, and we can have conversations there all day long about what you guys want to see me write. And here, clearly, I'm going to be here as well. And you can tell me here or leave comments on the videos because I read them. But this whole Wild Roses thing is an eye-opener for me because I really, really did not think that you guys liked it as much as you clearly do. So who would you go with? I know we've got a poll. For Wild Roses. But who would you pick? And then I'll tell you mine because it's probably not who you think. So obviously there were all six members, but GQ come as a couple. All 7 members, but GQ come as a couple, so that there's six different endings. Yeah, Victoria, come into the community chat. Come talk to us. Are you going to tell me which ending you want to see first on Wild Roses? I love Tay in that story. I absolutely love him. He's so floaty. It's wonderful. Yeah. There you go. Hello, just a person. She's not just a person, though. That's Morgan, and she's been here since the very, very beginning. Yeah, see, mine for Wild Roses would probably be J-Hope. Definitely be J-Hope. Or Namjoon. I like Namjoon in that story, too. Jikook, yep. Yeah. You and Pauline, my first 2 ever members and Patreons. Incredibly grateful. You guys have been here for so long. God, it's going to be 2 years. It's going to be 2 years really soon. Ooh, now I'm going to have to look. When was first morning? May the 5th. was the first real video I posted here. J-Hope. G-Kook and then J-Hope for silver. It doesn't, and yet it does to me. Tay or Suga. Yoongi would be an interesting one. He's quite an interesting character in that. Yeah, he's a lot deeper than it looks on the surface there. It does and it doesn't feel like almost 2 years. I'm still learning. Oh, I'm still learning. All these sessions I'm part of thanks to the YouTube creator community. So the YouTube creator community, you have to be invited in. You get sent an email saying you're being considered, and then you apply. And this is like, it's a big thing. It is a really big thing. It's like, there's only, I don't remember how many she said, a certain number of us across the UK and Europe who've been invited to be part of this. But it means that they think that there's something pretty special about your channel. But it is a big time sink, you know, to be in sessions in the evenings, 2 hours a night, 3 nights a week. That's a lot. And then extra stuff on top of it because they've asked me to present. So twice a month I'm running like mentoring sessions for people who are starting their channels. So if any of you are interested in starting a YouTube channel, let me know. I'm happy to help. But yeah, so I'm doing that in my spare time. But it's worth it because it really is inspiring to work with some other creators who have very, very, very different channels. I've actually got a collaboration coming up soon. So there's a reactor named Kai's TV. I'm putting his channel or his name there in the chat for you guys. And I met him through the YouTube community, creator community. And we got to chatting and he's like, yeah, I do reactions. Oh, I've done reactions to some K-pop stuff. And I'm like, oh, really? What K-pop stuff? Look on his channel. It's Blackpink. He's reacted only to like 2 different Blackpink videos. Yeah, as if I'm going to let that stand? Ha, no. So I went back to him and go, you know, no, you've got BTS. This is where it's at. You've got to do BTS. And so he's done some BTS stuff. And now, bless him, my man thinks he is like ARMY and he knows his stuff. So later this week, we're actually going to be recording together a video for his channel where I'm going to show him clips and he has to tell me whether he thinks it's BTS or not BTS. So little clips, like, you know, 7 seconds or something, so we don't get done for copyright. Because I don't think he has scratched the surface of the depth of the music that BTS makes, and it's going to be a great, great opportunity to show that off to his audience who are there for anime reactions mainly. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll drop the link when the video comes out, but to be able to sneak in little clips for him of things that he's not going to be expecting is going to be fabulous. Right. Tickle things very strongly. It should be Yingy. Yeah, it would make a great story. It would make a great, great story. Right. Jane's voting for J-Hope. Oh no, to vote for, okay, yes, to vote for Demon. Got it. Oop. Oh, cup of tea delivery. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Yay. See, I'm in the UK. Tea. It's afternoon tea. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it's afternoon tea time because you guys will get the impression that it's all like high tea. I just mean it's time for a cup of tea. And in the UK, it's time for a cup of tea probably about 6 times a day. So this is just one of them. Humble start. Yeah, we were talking about Dawn earlier. Her stuff are amazing. I'm glad that I can bring you guys new authors because I think that there are a lot of GQuK authors out there who don't get enough credit and don't get enough exposure. Some of the best stories I have read have less than like 200 kudos on AO3. The way the algorithm works on AO3 is really, really, do I say it's unfair? In a way, it's unfair. So with the YouTube algorithm, when you put a video out, it will give it a chance. It will take it, no matter who puts the video out, it will take it and it will show it to people. And if it gets a good reaction and people watch it and people engage with it and people go on and watch other content from that same, it will keep showing it. When AO3 delivers results, if you type in GQuK enemies delivers, it delivers the ones with the most kudos or hits first. So the ones that are already popular keep getting popular. And if you're a small author just entering the fandom now, trying to get anyone to read your stuff is so challenging. And there are some brilliant authors out there, and I have seen so many writers over my years in the fandom quit because they just couldn't get anyone to read. The amount of times I've had people in the GQuK writing community, if you dare to say that you're thinking about giving up because you can't get people to read your story, turn around and go, oh, well, just get good, write better stories. You know, people told me that. One very large author in particular who told me that. It was basically, yeah, well, if you wrote better stories, you could be popular too. I write good stories. And you guys are the proof of it because you're here and you read my stuff. And as Dawn would say, you make me feel beautiful. You make me feel beautiful when you read my words. Yeah, I of course I'm going to show you guys other authors. I don't expect people to just read me. I don't read just one author. Why would you? And I can't write fast enough in order to keep you in stories. So I have to make sure that you've got other stuff going on. Self-serving means that you don't pressure me to write faster. I can't wait to tell Dawn how much love she's gotten in this stream, though. She's going to be so excited. Right. But go to the last page and start from there. Aw. Thank you, Tickle. Appreciate it. Right. I was supposed to come here. The whole plan, it wasn't a plan. My expectation was I was going to turn this camera on. No one was going to come here and show up. And I was just going to sit here and work in silence. And you guys definitely proved me wrong. Definitely proved me wrong. And I feel very, very loved and very inspired. I still have my work to do, but that's all right. I will make sure this chapter 1 of, I don't remember the name of the story. Little Flumes. What is it? Something you wouldn't remember? I think that's what it's called for those of you who've read Little Flumes. Down. Anyway, yes, you're gonna love it because it's canon, and I know you guys love your canon. In the meantime, I'm going to drop patreon.com/CJMoon. That's the link to the Patreon. If you haven't joined, come join. You can join for free. If you want to support me for $1 a month, that's amazing. But you still get access to all the written stories and everything for free. The only thing that's behind a paywall there is community chat. But if you want written versions of the stories that are on the videos, there's cross-stitch patterns, there's desktop wallpapers, GQuK desktop wallpapers. What else is there? I've got all sorts of little goodies there for you guys. Okay. Right. Any last questions? What time is it? I'll stay here for 5 more minutes. What I've taken out of this so far is I need to go back to Wild Roses. So after I write Manila, finish with Manila, I will go back to Wild Roses and I'll work on some one shots to go on the channel, and Wild Roses will be just for Patreon for you guys. I'm gonna have to have a look now because I'm wondering whether I don't have part of one of them already written. Come to dinner. I wish I could. I bet you're in India. Abby, your dinner tonight is going to be amazing, isn't it? Oh, now I want Indian food. I love Indian food. What are you having for dinner tonight? What's everyone having for dinner? Okay, having said that, it's only lunchtime in America, isn't it? What are you guys all having for dinner? We're supposed to be having Jungkook's pork tonight. The recipe for Jungkook's pork. Have you seen that I did a short with the recipe from Are You Sure? Yeah, America is a bit challenging at the moment, to say the least. Ooh, Merce, who are you talking about? She goes deeper than that. Oh, Ninjava. Yeah. Nin is, yes, I love this. I love the spicy pork with Jungkook song. See, AI has its uses. Prawn noodles, takeaway. Oh God, yeah. Chicken tikka masala, garlic naan, steamed rice. Nom, nom nom nom. Yeah, Ninjava's stories. They go deep, and a lot of the subjects she touches on are really, really deeply personal and meaningful to her. And what I love most about Ninjava's writing is that you can be guaranteed that it's all going to be very respectful and very healthy. There's no sexualized power dynamics. There's no abuse. There's no, yeah, it's all really, really, really good and healthy. And consent can be sexy. Consent can be very sexy. So, oh yeah, oh wow, so someone actually made it for you. Oh yeah, cool. The pork is good. It is good. I've had it with chicken and I've had it with pork. I think we made it with beef at one point in time. Vegetables. I've had it on courgette and mushrooms. It's good on there too. Yeah. Fried chicken, cabbage and mac and cheese. Cabbage and mac and cheese together as like one dish. Yeah, this isn't like fancy tea. This is literally just a cup of milk and a little bit of sugar. Not very much. Yes, I will put up, Loriandra, I will put up the written version of Manila. I get it. That's fine. I will put up the first bits tonight on the Patreon. And then, hello, Gigi. Oh, Gigi's practically my neighbor. From what I know, she's the one who actually lives closest to me. Now, bear in mind, that's an hour and a half away, but it's still close. I will put the recipe with Jungkook. Hang on, let me find it. There you go. I did it on a short. Yeah, Gigi's Gigi and I have met now twice. When I go out to West Wales, I'll stop and Gigi and I will have coffee. Don't worry about it, Jane. Don't worry. Yeah, the pork, the marinade though. If you guys can get the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, because that's what Jungkook used. I've made it with another one at one point in time though too. I don't put a huge amount of hot sauce in it. Some, definitely not to a Korean level of spice. Because goodness knows Korean food is, yeah, really, really spicy. But it's tasty. I had at one point in time, I had an idea about writing a BTS cookbook. I'm sure other people have done it already on Amazon. But I had the idea to like write a lot of the recipes for dishes that they used. Yoongi's garlic prawns from Bon Voyage 3. Oh, sounds so good. Oh, Donnie recommended me to... so you were with Humble Start first before you found me. Oh, that's amazing. That's really cool. I love sharing that like we have this community, not with readers, but also with writers. Canon. Canon means based on actual events. So canon is like Manila, or Teach Me would be canon. It's if it's set where they are BTS in the real world, then, and it's an imagined version of events, real events, that's canon. AU, if you see AU at one of the on one of my thumbnails, it's alt universe. So that's your coffee shop AUs, and I love a good coffee shop AU. You know, the Alpha, Beta, Omega, Omegaverse stuff is AU, or, you know, if they're like Addison's shifter, magical fantasy cat shifter Jimin, that's an AU. So does that help? You don't, for this, you don't even need the Korean sauces. They made it, Victoria, they made it when they were in America during Are You Sure? Sweet Baby Ray's is the barbecue sauce they've used. I can get mine at Morrison's. Yep, Shine Dream Smile is also canon. What's in it? It's barbecue sauce, curry powder, garlic powder, onion powder, hot sauce. I'm trying to remember what else. But yeah, it doesn't actually have any of the Korean ingredients at all. Because they made it while they were in America. I think for hot sauce I use Frank's, just normal Frank's. But you can use whatever. But I love the fact that Jungkook is such a good cook. But that, being a good cook, don't get me wrong, being a good cook is sexy, but that is not the sexiest thing about Jungkook. The sexiest thing about Jungkook, and you can try and fight me on this, but you'll lose. The sexiest thing about Jungkook is the fact that he loves to do laundry. Hands down. Can't beat that. Right. I need to go, guys, because speaking of dinner, I need to go make some. Though it's Abby's fault, now I'm obsessing about Indian food, and I'm like, ooh, takeaway? Maybe? That'd be good too. And folds it, I know. Folds it, puts it, it's like Jungkook in his laundry. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for being here. You completely made my day. I was not expecting this at all. I love you. I love you all so, so much. I mean, you make everything worth it. You really, really, really do. Oh, I'd love that. Come to India and you can cook for me, Abby. Yeah, and he's not afraid to. Yeah. Oh, him and Calvin Klein stuff. My God. I was going into this. There's an outlet village not far from my house, and went into the Calvin Klein store, and there's massive, massive floor to ceiling Jungkook in the denim jacket. Like, hello, you're here. You can come up here. You come over here. My dog is here. Come here. Ah, can't see her. Anyway, there you go. Just the nose. It's like, oh, you can bring your nose over here. No. Yeah, this massive, massive picture of Jungkook on the wall. Like, amazing. Mona, nice to see you. Okay, right. I need to go. Obviously, the dog needs feeding, and I'm going to have to try and think about getting Indian food now because of Abby. But thank you so much to everyone who's come today, and we will do this more often. Not when I'm planning on working, though, because clearly I'm going to sit here and talk to you guys and not actually get any of my work done. But, oh well, so it goes. Right. I love you. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Be kind. Spread love. The world is a trash fire at the moment. We all know this. More love. The world needs more love. More love. I love you. And I will see you guys again soon. Right. Take care, guys. Bye.